Can we start with Floyd's attire? My man, like this, he looks like he's wearing his big brother's like quickly made Halloween outfit. It's like a jack-o'-lantern kind of weight, like parachute pant style. It's a little shoddy, if you ask me.
Andreas Hale, senior editor of Combat Sports over at Dazn. I'm here with the very special guest as we talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Victor Ortiz. Yes, could you introduce yourself, brother?
I am Biggie of the New Day of the WWE. I'm essentially a professional clown. I used to fight this term, but I embrace it now. I'm a clown, and it's cool to be a clown sometimes.
Well, here we are. Let's start with this. Where were you the night of this fight? Do you remember where you were at?
2011. I was still in FCW, which is developmental for WWE at the time. A lot of our Saturdays were, I'm sure we were in some podunk town somewhere in the middle of Florida running a show at the time. So a lot of these fights I had to watch a few days later because I was working at the time. But yeah, this is when my poor days, my FCW days.
Well, I had to go and dig. I was at the fight. This is my credential from fight night.
Oh, snap.
And it's weird. I have an autograph on here. You're not supposed to get credentials autographed, but Floyd actually just took it off of me after the fight and signed it for no reason. But
hey,
I was ringside for this madness, but it goes in my collection. So look, man, we got Adelaide Bird is the judge, which means the guy that didn't go the distance.
Thankfully, Adelaide didn't have to weigh in on this one. Because she gets a bad rap. A lot of it's deserved.
Bruh. So this fight, I remember the 24/7 lead. I remember the face-off, and I remember, Victor Ortiz heading into this fight had just beat Andre Berto. He was a few fights removed from getting washed out by Marcus Maidana, and everybody said he didn't have no heart no more. So he went out there and beat up Andre Berto, a Fight of the Year candidate, and he landed this fight. And he entered this fight as Floyd was a minus 500 favorite heading into this fight. Now here's what's interesting about that. This might get you a little bit. This will pop you. Conor McGregor against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is a minus 350, which means that more people thought Conor was going to beat Floyd than vicious Victor Ortiz. What do you guys say about that?
Insane, man, insane. I was telling people the whole time, you clearly don't watch boxing. You are all casuals. Every one of you who thinks Conor stands a chance, you are casual. I'm telling you, he will not be able to hit this man. You are all fools. And I remember watching this. I was in a Hooters, a packed Hooters. We barely got a seat watching Conor and Floyd. And it was probably 50-50, maybe 60-40 pro Conor, who legitimately thought this man would beat arguably the greatest boxer of all time. Insane. They're nuts.
Man, yeah. So, yeah, Ortiz heads in this fight as the underdog. A lot of people didn't give him a chance. I didn't give him a chance to win. I thought the 24/7 was fun. I don't know if you remember, Floyd Jr. and Sr. got into a fight at Mayweather's gym, and that was on there. Floyd was talking about walking out with Robert Garcia, which was Ortiz's, other trainer. Like, they had that whole beef in Kansas City. Man, this whole thing was a mess. But I remember looking at this fight and going, man, Victor Ortiz got a shot in hell. I didn't give him a chance. I don't know about you. I didn't.
I mean, sometimes you lean on like he's the bigger man. I want to say the day of the fight, I think he was when he walked in the ring. I think he was 14 pounds heavier than Floyd. So there's a bit of that. Can he bully him? Even though he's clearly not as skilled, and boy, he could not bully him.
But look at his face, though. He's so serious.
I mean, he nailed that.
Touch him up.
Yeah, so the other thing that's interesting about this fight is that Floyd was 2 fights back. He had just beat Marquez. He had just beat Shane Mosley. He got hit harder than he had ever got hit in his career. And I remember Max Kellerman saying that he had trouble with southpaws and Victor Ortiz with the southpaw. And yeah, I didn't see it, man. I think it was always fun to like build up these interests in these fights to make you think that Floyd's going to lose.
Right.
He ain't going to lose.
that becomes pretty clear pretty quickly. Spoiler alert. But yeah, man, it's always fun, to build an opponent. You want to see the B side get some love and get us excited about a fight. But this did not go that way.
So here we
First
are.
of all, can we
fight? Go ahead.
Can we start with Floyd's attire? My man, like this, he looks like he's wearing his big brother's like quickly made Halloween outfit. It's like a jack-o'-lantern kind of like parachute pant style. It's a little shoddy, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can't remember. See, this was the time that Floyd and 50 were best buddies, and maybe 50 designed this. Maybe this is some G Unit top.
Yeah, that's why
you got like a G Unit tank top, right? You still got one of those?
Always, but I had about 3 or 4.
How did I know? How did I know?
But already you could tell just the gap in skills, man.
Well, yeah, see, Floyd also said heading into this fight that he wasn't going to move around a lot and he was going to stay in the pocket with Ortiz. And, just kind of box him. He wanted to prove that he wasn't old. And I think at this time, Floyd was only like 32 and people were calling him old, which is ridiculous. And there it is, the straight right hand. This is what I say about every Floyd Mayweather fight. If he starts throwing that lead right, you're done. Because it means he's got you timed, and then it means he's already found his range. And as aggressive as Ortiz was, this is going to be a rough night for him.
Yeah, man. It's just the way he uses the short rolls and that Philly shell. Like, you're either catching gloves, you're catching arms, but he's so difficult to hit in the head movement, too. And Ortiz definitely had a lot of trouble trying to find him.
I think the other fun thing about a Mayweather fight is, somebody like Ortiz who can show you can be mentally broken. Like, you got to be patient to fight for. Like, he kind of baits you into these traps. He fights at a little bit of distance. He pauses you with the jab. He waits for you to make a mistake and capitalize it on it. And Ortiz just didn't have the mental willpower to be patient. Like, he's throwing reckless so early in the fight. He's allowing himself to get clipped with the jab and the straight right hand. I don't know what the strategy is going into this fight. I guess he wanted to make it a brawl, but clearly that wasn't going to work.
Right. But even then, is he going to outbox Floyd? Is he going to be more patient? I just don't know if there was much of a path for him to win either way.
So, was there ever a fight that you saw Floyd Mayweather's where you thought maybe he'll lose this fight?
I guess Manny was the one that you wish. The problem with the Pacquiao fight is we all wish it happened 4 or 5 years earlier at least. And that was the one that you thought that could be it. But unfortunately, it definitely wasn't the memorable fight that a lot of us wanted either.
No, man, I was there. And I kind of called that one too because, Manny lost the killer instinct. He wasn't the Pacquiao old, but even then, Floyd likes fighters like that. Fighters who come inside, who are ultra aggressive with him. There's really no blueprint on how to beat him. And I guess Marcos Maidana showed that a little bit by being ultra aggressive and a little bit dirty. But other than that, I'm like, you can't box him. That just doesn't work. And Ortiz right here, you look at him in between rounds, he's already in no man's land. He's already trying to figure out where he's going to be. And his corner, I think Danny Garcia, which is Robert Garcia's brother, was in this corner. And we all know Robert's the better trainer. Victor this wasn't it, man. This wasn't it. And R.I.P. to Roger Mayweather. Look, it's a little heftier Leonard Ellerby in the corner too. He got a little bit of weight on him. I love it. Leonard's my man, but he knows he dropped some weight here. But man, this just everything about this was not going to go Ortiz's way. And you look at in the corner right now at Floyd. I don't even think he's listening to Roger. It's just like, cool, I got this. He don't need
to do this all day.
As much as we are. Some night of boxing is so far.
2 rounds in.
A lot of anticipation for this fight.
But he's also real efficient with his movement. It's a lot of Pacquiao will move more to stay and be constantly busy. And Floyd is moving, but it's all very efficient. The footwork, the head movement, it's not a lot of wasted energy.
Not at all. And also 24/7, I think when the first episode kicks off, they have Floyd in the theater. And Floyd says, he asks the question, who works harder than me? He's like, not just in boxing, I said, any damn where, who works harder than me? And I got a story because I'm from Vegas and I saw Floyd coming up, but when we were kids, and I remember I went to a teenage nightclub and Floyd was there, and he wasn't drinking, he wasn't smoking, he was just hanging out. And when the night's over, everybody jumps in their cars. 16, 17 years old. Floyd's a little bit older, and he goes, I'll see y'all later, and he starts running. I'm like, where the hell is he going? Floyd ran home. He didn't jump in his expensive car. He had one of his boys get in the car and follow him as he ran home. Now, mind you, this wasn't like an up the street type of thing. This was
Right.
miles and miles at like 2, 3 in the morning. This man ran home. I remember right then and there, I was like, yo, he's different. He's cut from a different cloth. All the antics, all the act, everything else. Nah, man, this dude works hard. And like you said, there's no wasted movement. This man's a true student of the game. And I don't, you know, when he says I don't watch fights, I never believed him. I know he watches fights.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that was one of the things I loved about the 24/7s is there's so many times you see Floyd running at 1, 2 in the morning, and I think people get caught up in the trappings of the money and the personality, but the work is there. The work, like that's like hats off to him for always being that workhorse that people don't often realize.
So if you see here, this is where Ortiz starts to get a little bit dirty and frustrated. You know, he's starting to get a little bit more aggressive. He's getting picked off with that straight right. I think a few seconds ago he started using his head, which is clearly what's going to get this fight thrown out of whack anyway.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know if Victor thought he could win in this way because, like you said, you can't outbox him. Look, Floyd is aggressive. He's in the middle of the ring. He's not moving around a lot. You know, he takes a step back to fire, and Ortiz is. Yeah, man, I think the inevitable is coming, but damn.
He's trying to march him forward a little bit, but Floyd's starting to get loose now. He's starting to get loose right now.
It's like a computer program,
and I think,
man. It's like
he
processes data. He's like downloading his data, but he downloaded this quick because I guess there wasn't a whole lot there to figure out.
It didn't take him much time, yeah. And I think Ortiz too. I think one of the reasons that we see what happens with the headbutt soon is I think there was a lot of accusations that Floyd was using his elbows and his forearms, and you see a little bit of that, but he's real sly with the way he's able to kind of be dirty. I don't even know if it's dirty, but I mean, he'll put the elbow out there, and if you run into it, that's on you. But he's just such a crafty vet, man.
Yo, I say this in between rounds. Like, being at this fight, when I was little, I used to go to the Tyson fights, not to the fight. I used to be in the casino as a little kid wilding out with a bunch of other half-naked women and crazy kids. It was crazy going to a Tyson fight. Mayweather fights were like the second coming. So, like, the casino at the time was filled with tons of people. Just nobody's going to the fight. Everybody's just hanging out waiting for the result. I think on this night, it was one of those exciting nights. Like, there was a gang of people out. The after parties were crazy. If you've never been to a Mayweather fight, the atmosphere is just insane. And as you saw in this replay, again, Mayweather is timing with that lead right hand. And it's very insulting to get hit with that punch. I don't know if you ever sparred before. If you get hit with a punch that's coming from the back shoulder, it's insulting. And I feel like Victor is starting to realize like he's getting disrespected in this fight.
Yeah, man. It's like he doesn't really need the jab right now when he's piecing him up with that straight right.
Oh, speaking of jabs, Victor Ortiz is 0 for 31 in this fight on the jab. Like,
crazy. Didn't land a single jab. That's bad.
What are you doing? What were you doing to camp?
I mean, he tried. He threw 31. It just wasn't making it.
It's also fun to see that people really want Floyd to lose, so they just cheer for anything.
Right. They're desperate for something. Starting to walk him down now.
All bad. It's all bad. The footwork is on point. Ortiz, he can't find an escape route. He can't find a place to sit and fire.
Nah, I'm just walking him down too.
And you're outside. Like again, Ortiz was 14 pounds heavier on fight night, and he came in at 64, which is middleweight, and Floyd was at 150, which means he only gained about 3 pounds. Go ahead and do the fight, and he's walking this man down. I don't know. That's the other thing. I've heard a lot of people talk about how physically strong Floyd is. He's small and tiny. He's got weird shorts on, but man.
Yeah, you could tell, man. He doesn't look. Obviously, he's not the bigger man physically, but like you could tell, there seems to be a difference in strength. Like when it starts to get in maybe a little bit of trouble, he's able to clinch easily. He doesn't struggle like when he gets backed up to a corner. Like you would think that's Ortiz's best chance is let me walk him down and start to punish him in the corner. But even then, he doesn't have any success.
Look at this. He's pawing with the jab to blind Ortiz. He's firing the right over the top. Again, it's disrespectful because Ortiz, he can't do anything with it. And as soon as Ortiz rushes in, Floyd takes a step to the left and he's gone. This was easy work. the commentary team's already talking about Mayweather and Pacquiao. They're like, they're checked out.
Yeah, they moved on already. They said, well, what's next on the schedule? This one ain't gonna go much longer. What else we got to push?
Oh, everything is going
But you know what? I didn't think that Floyd was going to stop him. When I saw this fight on paper, I was like, well, maybe he'll break him down and get a late round TKO. Obviously, what happens is a little bit different. But I thought Ortiz would be a little bit tougher. I didn't think he'd win, but man, it's just kind of here.
Yeah, it's just hard to say because it just the way it ends is so bizarre. Like maybe it goes 12 rounds, if not.
Maybe, but I also think if we're looking at how this fight's playing out, Floyd standing, holding court in the center of the ring, walking Ortiz down, is kind of landing at will. And this is where Ortiz is flustered. He's had it. He has had. Look, I'm there somewhere in that sea of computers, and I think I'm tweeting that too. He's done. My man's is cooked.
Yeah, that was about it. They could be talking about the news in the corner. They, current affairs. Scoping ladies. Floyd's corner. They could be talking about anything right now.
Actually, 50 Cent could have been his corner man for this fight.
Legit. Just trolling him about his reading abilities.
Oh no. We went to the reading, but I guess that's where we're at. I mean, yeah.
That's yeah.
Straight right down the pipe.
Mm. And this is where it all goes downhill.
Again, Max Kellerman's face-off. Floyd said something about stopping him in the fourth round, and Ortiz kind of snickered at him. Yeah, it's not so funny now.
Nah. He called his shot, Babe Ruth style. I like it. I respect it.
And this isn't a Floyd that a lot of people are used to. He's standing here and just firing, and Ortiz is doing nothing. Look, nothing. Getting 8 up. 7 or 8 unanswered punches. Here we go.
It just felt like there was nothing for Floyd to respect or worry about.
No, except for this head. So, see how he's trying to leap in with the head?
Yeah, already.
Mans was broken, mentally broken at this point. Couldn't land a clean punch. He had to use his head. Uppercut. I mean, this is blistering. This would have got really ugly if it didn't end soon. Victor's actually kind of lucky at this point. And here he goes. Frustrated.
Because he's not. Yeah. Nothing, man. He's not taking a ton of punishment at this point. He's just getting outclassed. It's just like, what avenue is there for him to win this fight?
Tag team partner?
That's it. That's the only route.
Match? Hammer of Thor? He needs something. He's frustrated. Ortiz, he's not even boxing anymore. He is frustrated. He's using that head. He's ducking down. Floyd's picking him off. He's getting excited because of the fans too. Like, people are really excited that Ortiz trying something because
they're desperate. They want to see something. Give us something, Ortiz.
Ugh. And chanting for him. Yo, people just really didn't like Floyd. And I mean, listen, you're in the WWE. He was the perfect character.
He's an easy heel to boo. Like, I completely get it. You don't expect, and it's also kind of that like Tom Brady effect of, oh, you just gonna win every single time. You're gonna win all the titles. Like, give us something new. People want something new. But Floyd said, nah, you're gonna keep seeing the same results.
Same results over and over. Look at that shit.
Oh, that right.
Straight right again. Just picking them off.
This just looks easy.
Sharpshooting. Look, Ortiz is upset again.
He got a little flurry.
Here we go.
And now what?
Jumping
what you doing? What you doing, man? Now hugs and kisses,
You're broken. You're broken. And you give a man a leaping headbutt and then you come and kiss him. What do you expect is going to happen? Yeah, you can narrate this part. I'm just going to watch.
So we got a hug. We got a kiss. We got a dap. You would think Ortiz, all right, it's settled, we're all good. I lost my point, let's move on. We get another dap here. Put your hands up, Ortiz. What you doing, man? What you doing? Time was in. How long you gonna hug this man? How long you gonna tap him up? Time was in, sir. You gotta defend yourself. And I get people were upset. It's a cheap way for Floyd to get a win. But protect yourself at all times. Is that not what we hear every single fight? What do you want the man to do?
That is the rule. The funniest part is as Floyd is hitting him and watching Ortiz on the ground, he's looking at him and kind of daring him to get up. I wish you would. I wish you would. Listen, you don't hug and kiss. I've never seen it before. You don't hug and kiss a man during a fight. You're broken. Like,
no.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a headbutt.
It was. Didn't even like try to disguise it, like maybe throw it with the hook or something, and there's the head. Just a leaping headbutt. I mean, I respect the courage to just say, hey, this is what I'm going to now. This is my option.
So let me ask you, do you think that Ortiz was looking for a way out with those headbutts? We've seen fighters fight dirty before and they want an exit route. Or was he really trying to win and just kind of using his head to manipulate the situation?
It seemed like a way out, man. How could it not be? It was so purposeful. And then I'm not gonna say like it's not for me to judge whether he could have gotten up after that one too, but his legs looked like they were gone. But it looked like I would much rather. I'm not a fighter, obviously, but I would much rather get DQ'd than just get. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing just to get tooled round after round after round. So I already collected. You know, it's not the UFC. It's not show and win. I already got my money. I already got my cheese. I might as well. This ain't going my way. Let's call it a night.
Look, he's yelling, ah. He's trying everything. Floyd's like,
and that's the thing is, he was having some moments there. And then.
Now look, you dap him up. All right, cool. Now when do you decide I'm going to put my hands up?
Right.
No, there. That's one. Oof.
And that's the hook in the straight. That's all she wrote. But here we go. Here's the dap. All right, that's enough. Then it's settled. And here's the hug. How many times we gonna dap and hug and a kiss? Both cheeks? Does he want to kiss both cheeks? Do we have to bow? Is there a curtsy? What's the protocol? How many greetings? How many apologies are we like? You know what I mean? That's at least the fourth or fifth gesture after the headbutt.
You know, it's
and no one wants
great
to
look at the
fans.
But it's always great to look at the fans and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he hit him with that punch." But I was excited. I mean, again, man, if you throw a headbutt like this, you apologize one time. I don't know. You know, they talk about, what Floyd did, was it cheap, was it dirty? I think what Victor Ortiz did was dirty, and kind of karma came back to bite him. Right in the ass. Well, in the face. Oh, man, Richard shaking.
Yes. But I will
say, the real story is, before you say what you got to say, is what's about to happen after the fight.
Yes. I was about to say, as entertaining as that was, the highlight is about to come right here. An iconic post-fight, I would say. One of the most memorable, easily.
Yeah, it's up there with it's up there with Tyson eating Lennox's kids. It's one of the great post-fight interview moments in boxing history. Like, this is excellent.
Easily. So I'm just like, can we get to that, Also, shout out to my man Luis, who's on the corner cam. Luis does cam stuff for us in WWE. Works the camera for us and has for years. And did this fight. I think he was in that front hard cam for one of the corners. Anyways, my man Luis.
Oh man, you're the best seat in the house.
Yeah. Let's get to it. Where is Larry Merchant?
We got to get to him. Now, after this, Ortiz goes 3-3-1 for the rest of his boxing career. I don't know what it is about Floyd beating people, but he ruins careers.
Yeah, man. It seemed like he took a bit of his heart right there. I don't know. It's hard to be the same after that. That's a very one-sided fight. it was about it for my man Ortiz. Here we go. By the way, what a lazy congratulations.
The crowd.
Leonard's like, come on, go on.
At least the good part of it
Just,
is an uproar.
we done here, Victor. Congratulations. Why? You got to put some pep in your congratulations.
Unfairly, after you went together in the ring, made up for the headbutt, and then you poked him. What's your story?
First off, I want to thank God for this victory. Because without God, all this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank my team. I got hit with a dirty shot, and it's protect yourself at all times. I hit him with a left hook right hand, and that ended the bout.
That's it?
So you're saying that even though it appeared that he wasn't protecting himself and thought that that was part of the ceremony that you were going through of apology, that
Floyd is computing
you
this now.
unfairly
He's
took
downloading
advantage
this
of it.
information.
What do you say to those
Oh, I
who
see what's
say,
happening here.
What'd you do there? You were winning the fight and in charge.
I just want to tell everybody that bought pay-per-view, that came out to Las Vegas, thank you. It was a hell of a fight.
Floyd, you know you're a promoter,
Put the
but now
hand
we're
up.
talking
You only
to
got
you
a
as
hand up.
a prize fighter. Let's take a look at what happened at the end of the fight,
Oh, let's look
and
at
you
it.
describe it.
We touch gloves. We back to fight hook. Right hand. And that's all she wrote.
So for you, it was just an
Legs cocked up
automatic
too?
response.
Good Lord.
Let's get on with the fight.
It's protect yourself at all times. He done something dirty. We're not here to cry and complain about what he did dirty or what I did dirty. I was victorious. If he want a rematch, he can get a rematch.
Larry
You
ain't
were
done.
in charge of the fight.
Nah,
You were aggressive.
Not by a long shot.
And trying and taking advantage of what
You know
you
what
saw
I'm,
as
you
a
know what I'm
flaw.
gonna do? Because you don't ever give me a face shake. You know that? So I'm gonna go and let you talk to Victor
Here we go.
Ortiz, all right? I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are
to
you
Victor
talking
Ortiz.
about? What are you talking
heard him.
about?
You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit. You not shit.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit.
And then he turned and laughed and walked away.
Come on, Larry. I will say one of my favorite gifts is the split second where Larry turns to the cam, eyes wide open. It's an incredible gift. I would use that if you're trying to find a great reaction gift. That's the one. But my man was just fishing for some controversy right there.
At all times.
Boy, was he? And I mean, you know, he kept trying and trying. And like I said, Floyd was downloading this information. Was like, look, I don't like y'all no way. So let's. He told him you ain't shit. Larry Merchant.
But what a claim! If I was 50 years, if I was 2 feet taller and had another 100 pounds, like it's not like he said, if it was another like 2 years ago, I would have whipped 50 years, sir. If we just gonna wish for anything, I might as well wish for arms as long as trees, if that's what we're doing. If I was 8 feet tall and 400 pounds, I would have whipped Floyd's ass too. I agree. Yeah.
So you're
I know I was
saying
sitting
you were
there
just
like,
trying to jump on him
just
and
being
your head-
me ringside. I was going, God damn, how old's Larry Merchant? Like at that 50 years, like.
That's an old man.
But why you
Right, we're not talking about a couple of decades here. We're talking about damn near a lifetime.
A half a century, bro. Like
A half a
you say with each other?
I told him, I'm sorry, Floyd. I didn't mean to do that, bro. My bad, man.
And Victor still apologized. Now, after, like, Victor said he had no respect for Floyd Mayweather after the fight. He went on to say that he wanted a rematch. It's like, bro, you're never going to get a rematch.
It's okay, though.
They're pointing the finger at everybody else, but it's like, man, listen, that was your fault. You did this to you.
Unfair?
Exactly.
Or
And it's not like we saw
because
a
you had a
close
plan
fight.
to
We
get
saw a
deep
war
into
that
the
was back and
fight?
forth and ended in
Or
controversy.
is it
That was
your
so
bad?
one-sided. You can't tell me. If
know,
we
you
saw
can
that
look at
fight
it
10
two ways.
times out of
At the
10,
end of the day,
I
you know
would
what?
take
I
Ortiz to
came out
lose
here
all
to
10 of
show
them.
the fans
So,
we
like,
had a
what
good
is
time,
the
and,
basis of
as far as
our
I'm concerned,
argument
we did have a
here?
good time.
Whether
Except
it
for,
ended in the fourth,
the little
whether it went to
miscommunication by the
decision,
ref, but hey,
I just don't see an
happens, you know. I'm
avenue
not
that was going to
perfect,
turn around.
No one is, and neither is the
Not
ref,
at
so
all. And
I have
again,
no one to
it
blame
was
for it.
the seeds were planted with the Maidana fight that
Thank you
Ortiz
very
breaks,
much,
and he got broke.
Victor.
He's smiling because he's thinking about that check he's about to cash.
All right, Rob Sheridan back here with Dave Bontempo.
So,
I don't blame him, man.
It's been real. You guys got to see Mayweather Ortiz with myself, the man Big E. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again with another one, but until the next time, you got any final words?
Man, what a fight. What a not a great fight by any means, but an enjoyable one. I like controversy, so I enjoyed the experience. Thank you for being here along with your boy Big E and Andreas.
Yes, sir. And before we go, Black Lives Matter.
At all. You gotta protect yourself.